So, I get DM'd about my childhood years after my near-death experience and how hard they were on me. How that started me down a really tough road. I was around 11, I guess, when I started having this weird thought that just stuck with me all the time. And it was just so weird, okay? Is after death, I tried to picture nothing. I tried to picture what most of these billionaires must think, that the day you die, everything stops and there is no existence after that. And that's how they live, and that's how their ego survives. But I used to try to picture nothing. And I thought, well, there's no such thing as nothing because I'm here. And that stuck with me years. Just a weird thought that was there. I kept thinking, because you see, what I wanted to see was nothing. But what I saw was my near-death experience happening over and over and over and over and over. Not just the beautiful parts, but the terrible parts. And I tried to convince myself, probably the psychological reason why I went on my search to disprove the event in the first place. But being that young and thinking about wanting to see nothing after death and having this bizarre thought that there can't be nothing because I'm here. If I'm there in the nothing, then the nothing isn't nothing. I'm there in the nothing. And nothing is a concept that doesn't survive in the presence of consciousness, sentience, and it was hard. It was hard. When I tell people about all the years in the experimentation trying to recreate it, they think I'm fucking nuts. They're like, oh, well, it was just a dream. And then I would tell them about events. I would tell them about events that happened, that I saw that would happen. And the deja vu I had that was more than deja vu. When I had bouts of deja vu, which were incredibly frequent, they were too long. Most people, because I asked people, how long does it last? Oh, just a couple of seconds. Mine would be for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Can you imagine 10 minutes of being in a deja vu situation? Mentally, the adrenaline, you know what I mean? Expectation. Yeah, it was tough as a kid. It really was. And then being in an abusive home, stepdad issue, my relationship with my mom issue, because she could have stopped it at any time. But then my brothers and sisters, that was their father. And she tried to make both ends meet in the middle, and that's just not how things are, really. Definitely not how it turned out. It was traumatic as a kid until again, everything that all the conclusions that I had come to at that point left me nothing but questions. Where the fuck was I? Is it possible to be somewhere else? Now, the 9-dimension or 10-dimensional, 11-dimension particle string theory, the groups were clashing at that time. You had the membrane guys and the string theory guys. And neither one of theirs worked completely until they kind of started coming together. Around that time, I started seeing possibilities that, oh, well, wait a minute. So there are other dimensions. You see, that gave me a scientific basis to rely on, which for me is everything. This is why I believe the people that I'm supposed to tell about my near-death experience, I, I, I think the reason they lost religion is because of their intelligence, that they're not fucking stupid, they're not led, they are extraordinary people, and they dumped religion a long time ago, but they haven't found a pathway to a reason to exist. They haven't found, the question haunting them is, why am I here? You know what I mean? Maybe that's why I asked why we had to do that. And I'm supposed to tell those people that they told me the answer, and that it's something we can't comprehend as human beings because we're just too primitive. But it was a reason, and I couldn't understand it without having all knowledge at that time. And they showed me, and I was like, of course. That feeling drowned me for years. So you can see that I went through a lot of trauma as a kid because of my drowning. Being dead for, 8 minutes is obviously not the norm, but it's not that rare either. People have near-death experiences all the time. And the problem, when I started studying the near-death experience, there were way fewer fraudsters and scammers. There are people that monetarily try to tap into the feelings of people who've lost loved ones, saying that they can contact the dead and I can talk to the other side. The fucking psychic, that I'm talking about, right? And see, there is no connecting. And let me tell you something. Sometimes it helps the healing when you lose someone to know that they wouldn't fucking come back if they had the opportunity. When it's their time to go and they get to the other side, they wouldn't come back. They wouldn't. Number one, they have all knowledge. They understand the reasons why everything, okay? And at that point, the mother, the father, the son, the sister, the brother, the family unit thing does not exist there. Every being is a complete and totally separate entity and can live the life of any other entity there, including from other star systems, other times, billions of years ago. It's unrestricted. That's what awaits us on the other side. Another exploration, okay? There's another step. There's a reason. And when they told me, it affected me for so many years. It was so hard on me, okay? And there is a God. There is a singular intelligence that is not just a billion years more advanced than us, but hundreds and hundreds and maybe even infinitely more older than us. Your imagination can run wild trying to figure out what God is, but I do know that it's not religion, it's spirituality, it's goodness, creating good information. That's what it is. And no one on the other side would choose to come back. I can tell you that right now. I had to be tricked to come back, and I imagine a lot of people are. And then there's other people who've had their near-death experience where they said, no, you have to go back. They're not given a choice, which made mine, again, slightly different than the normal one where they say, no, you have to go back, because they told me I could stay there as long as I wanted, but I couldn't have that. And they pointed to God, and I knew I had to go back. See? This is necessary. This physical existence is necessary, and it's meant to last a certain time. We're meant to meet the people we meet, say the words we say, breathe the air we breathe. I mean, everything, unfortunately, as fucked up as this world is happening exactly as it is supposed to happen. Hard to comprehend that as a human, as a caring person. It's hard to fucking comprehend that. It really is. But it's true. Everything is unfolding exactly as intended. Okay. I had to get that off my chest. All the years I spent as a young kid trying to picture my death and being nothing and not succeeding. See, if I could have gotten some help early on, it probably would have helped too. But what I got was abuse, mental and physical, from basically schools, educational system, society. I got the opposite of that, which is why you get this beautiful package today. I wish everybody could die and have a near-death experience and come back, and the world would be different tomorrow morning. And I got to say, I have to end by saying I'm very proud of the people of South Korea stepping up and saving their democracy from a motherfucker that's just like Putin or Trump or any of these other power-hungry motherfuckers, Elon Musk, the guy, yeah, I'm proud of them.